Hey guys, what's up? It's Devin here with DW Golf Co. And we're back here at Mammoth Pass, and we're going to do something a little bit different just to hopefully speed up the process with this golf course design. If you've been following around on the videos, I am through through hole 9. This is hole 10, which hasn't been released yet. And this is hole 10 here on Mammoth Pass Golf Course. And yeah, we're just going to live stream this this little design portion here as far as we can get here in about an hour and a half. That's how much time I have, and so I'm excited to get going. Here's hole number 11. We're just working through the back 9 here, so thank you guys for joining me. And if you haven't already, go ahead and give us a like, a follow, subscribe, that way you don't miss anything cool. I'm probably going to end up moving this waypoint over just a little bit, give us a little bit more separation there from hole 10's green. You don't want people getting blasted as they're trying to swing here. So this one's a medium length par 4, about 370. Not giant, but not tiny either. And all I'm doing here, just using some brushes, flattening out some surfaces. That way we have a nice flat spot for our green. So that's kind of what the terrain's looking like right now. And we'll see if that needs to change here as we start sculpting this. Let's go ahead and go to the green. This is kind of my second, usually the process, if you guys have been following along in this series, the process has been to always create your tee box, then we'll go to the green. And so now we're here at the green. This is an approach here. I see this going like this. So around these, maybe something like that. Maybe a little bit different, you know. A little something right there. Cool. So that gives us a little something there. And sometimes just by placing it in like that, you'll start to get an idea of how the green shape could maybe change. Like just looking at the valley that kind of created there in between those two rocks, I think could make it really interesting if we just make the green a smidge longer. That way it really fits in between those ridges there. Kind of gives it a unique shape there. I'm just going to smooth this path out. That way it's not quite so rigid. I think maybe give that a little bit more room. Once again, just smoothing this out. And now we have to come back here, kind of look at the hole from the tee and figure out, okay, now that I have a green, I've got a tee box, even just using the you know, natural terrain that it's given us there. You know, that's something we can do. So got this going on. Just putting out fires while I'm designing. That's what we do sometimes. All right. So now that we have that, see a little uphill, back downhill just a little bit. I like the look of this this guy here. Just gonna spline this guy in, and we'll start over here at the green. Get that going kind of like that. Don't necessarily want to put it here because it'll knock down our rock formations that we're kind of doing. We can always add those back, but I'm going to start right here in the green. And this maybe. with it. Massage this down. It narrows there, comes back here and narrows again. We'll end up kind of building in inadvertently almost where we end up. Wrong button. So you hit the wrong button whenever it gives you that. Yeah, just gonna smooth this out. Then we'll come back in, toggle that second surface to rough. That way we have a nice little rough there. I am gonna bring that particular point in just a little bit. Bring this point in as well. I'm just grabbing that spline point, moving it in. And it's pretty close to matching really nicely with our green there, which is what we're wanting it to do. If you guys have followed Crazy Canuck at all, he also has some good pointers for getting this to mesh up well. And so here we go. It's actually kind of an interesting hole. It's 200 yards, which is where I tend to like to start my fairway. It's actually right down there, right about here. So it's kind of an odd spot. That means most golfers are going to end up landing, probably right around here is going to be the carry. So we'll probably have to look at sculpting this in to make this kind of a little more challenging as far as actual playability goes. I like this little ridge right here in the front. Kind of obscures some of the fairway. I like the idea of sculpting out some more of this back ridge to kind of make that stand out. So I'm going to grab this brush here and just kind of make it run semi-parallel there. And just push this up just a little bit. Just kind of give this a nice little ridge right here. And also tighten it up just a little bit if we want a little bit more definition and slope there. I'm carried away on my scrolling. Yeah, you could do something like that. Maybe throw a bunker right up in here. Also push this down just a little bit to match that. We also get a little bit of maybe a second ridge right over here that's going the opposite direction. Kind of like this little divoty hole thing we have going on there. I don't want it quite as pronounced as that right on the fairway, but these are things that we can always come back and adjust later on down the road. And we'll obviously flatten out right along the edge of the fairway. Might bring this fairway even further in, kind of like what we did on 7. This point, just by bringing it in, you expose more of that rock and also narrow up the landing location there for the ball. And so that's kind of making it an interesting situation there. So you have to consider your landing point whenever you're going for it, because this is right in that prime landing real estate, that 280, 290 spot. It's going to be pretty narrow right there. So you have to just consider that whenever you're going into attack mode. I'm going to go ahead and smooth this out again. And there we go. We have nice exposure of this rock here as the fairway kind of tightens down. Just trying to think how to make this fairway maybe jive a little bit more. Right now I think we're in a good spot. It's kind of cool. I am going to push this down just a little bit. We'll just keep using this brush. Just push that down a little bit. That way you can see the fairway completely. Push this down just a little bit as well. We have an entirely different ridge here. Let's just running across the front part there. That's pretty nice. I'm going to move this waypoint up so that it actually makes sense. Currently it does not make sense. I'll put that right about here. Let's put that 270 mark. From here it almost looks like it's a straight shot into the green. I mean, it's a pretty straight hole. It doesn't have too much of a dog leg on it. We do need to lower this a little bit. Push this down. Part of me doesn't mind having a little bit of a pondage going on there. At the same time, I want to keep it kind of realistic and not too silly. This is a little ways off of the beaten path as far as where the river is. The river's back behind the tee box. I wouldn't expect water to come up just randomly here. I think we can actually add a little bit more elevation here. I'm just adding another foot. A couple feet there. Just want to get it so that I can see some of the fairway. Push that down just a little bit more. We'll push this out. Push that down just a little bit as well. So we kind of got a little bit of a two-tier fairway back here. I don't mind that. I think that's looking pretty good. Alright. For those of you guys who are just joining, this is Devin with DW Golf Co. And we are here on the par 4 11th hole at Mammoth Pass Golf Course. And just doing a little live course design here in the little bit of time that I have in between appointments. So just trying to make the most of it. Yeah, I like that rocky ridge kind of running right up here. It's looking nice. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, sorry, but second guess myself. Okay. It's coming around nicely. Now I have to figure out where am I going to put bunkers. I think I got to move this out of the way a little bit. There we go. I think that could be a good bunker location right here. Let's just smooth this out again, see what happens. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and add that bunker. And for those of you guys who haven't had a chance to check out the rest of this series, holes 1 through 9 now are out. 9 are out on YouTube, on Rumble. This is our first time rocking the live stream for course design. So there are interruptions and stuff. That's my family. And I appreciate you guys watching and all the feedback you've given. It's been really encouraging. And I can't wait to get this course published so that you guys can get out there and play with it. And let me know what you think of the course out there in the wild. Let's see. Find a good bunker brush here. And we'll do something like this. Kind of guard this front right landing location. And sometimes I'll combine a couple of these different shapes just to get a little bit more unique shape like that. And end up with some pretty nice little bunker shapes that you might not find otherwise. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Just wonder if I should do a little editing on this guy. So if you select move in your bunker brush, you can actually resize it also. Just have to enter to be able to get the full effect there. Okay. Similar but different is how I would describe that bunker right there. Similar but different. I think maybe one more bunker right here ought to do it pretty well. Let's kind of make that just kind of stick out there. Yeah, I think that looks kind of nice. Let's see what it looks like from the tee. I think we'll push this up just a little bit more back here. That way you aren't completely blindsided whenever you end up lining up for your drive, smash it down here at about 300 and find yourself in a bunker that you didn't know was there. To me, that's a little unfair. Push this back down. Just going to expose more of that rock. Jagged edge of sculpting there. I'm not using like a ton of undulation there to make that happen. As you can see, I've only got an 8-inch brush here. I'm only 8 inches down, I should say. So nothing too wild on that front. Just by pushing this front down a little bit, kind of gives it a little bit more of what I'm looking for. Let me raise this up about 5 inches here in the back. I think we could be getting pretty close. Let's lay this down a little bit here in the front. A little bit more. So now if I'm here on the tee, I'm going to see it still. I'm going to just get this front edge up smidge higher here. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll jump into this fuzzy brush. This one's become one of my favorite ones because it's not circular, so it's not quite as rigid. I think we may just push this down a little bit right here in the middle. That might just be all we need to see it. Just get a glimpse of it back here. Overall, I don't mind the design of the hole. It's going fairly well, I think. A little short, flat area if you can land it in the middle. This will be kind of a risky reward type hole, I think. There we go. Now we can start to see a little bit of that bunker back there in the back. Might push this down right here just a little bit, just a hair more, not too much. That'll also help over here with the front of this bunker. And we're gonna round these out with some rough around the edges. This is just kind of the initial thing. So let's go ahead and add in that rough. Let's spline that in here. Sometimes doing just almost a straight down view is the best way to go whenever it comes to this particular thing. Let's go ahead and fill that. And then we'll smooth it out. That looks pretty good. And then we'll do the same here. Surface, rough, spline it. And all I'm doing is just going around with the spline path around this bunker. Just gonna follow in the path of the bunker and fill it. And then we'll smooth it out. See what's going on. Yeah, so that's not terrible. Let's do another one. And the last one here. Just gonna follow this around. And sometimes you don't have to be so perfect. Sometimes it just works out. I definitely found the wrong thing. There we go. Alright, back to the spline point edit. And let's close the path. Fill it. And smooth it out. Cool, let's see how we're looking tee box. It almost looks like one continuous bunker there, but really what we've got is a bunker short, a bunker long. And so really straight over this bunker is the best play. You go too far, like you're going for the green, straight over that bunker, and you are going to end up in another bunker. So as far as the psychology on that hole, I like that. Just enough of a deterrent to kind of push it one way or the other. So we're just going to use a round fuzzy brush for this one. I'm just going to kind of level that out a little bit. Nice level putting. We don't putt out of a bunker. Nice level bunker area. It's going to collect down here, which is nice. Smooth that out a little bit. If your brush is bigger, it will also help you kind of smooth things out a little bit, I've noticed. And we're just going to go around the edges here. We're going a little bit deep for a fairway bunker, I think, but it's so close to the green. It's more like a medium length. So there we go. That's not bad. A little bit lighter brush there. I'll actually raise this guy up here. Good. Alright, feel pretty good about that. Let's just continue moving on here. See what our green is doing. So now we're just coming back. This is one of those where I really like this brush because you can make some pretty good ridges, some good platforms. I think we'll also smooth this out. That was not what I wanted to do. Let's bring that up. Yeah, about there. Drop that down about 6 inches or so. Just right here at the front. Gonna end up creating kind of a ridge. Just running through it. So it looks like. Headed in the right direction. Just gonna flatten out the fairway here just a little bit. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Maybe take a little bit off of this front to back slope into this little canyon here. And then I think back here, just for funsies, let's lower this side over here. And if you guys have any suggestions as you're watching this, feel free to throw those out. I'm not completely off put by suggestions as you're watching. You can leave those in the comments or in the chat box there. I'd love to see those. Yeah, I think that's kind of doing some cool stuff. It looks like it's only about 2 tiers. I'm okay with that. There you go. That kind of gives us 3. Apologize for my kid losing his mind back there. Some days you just gotta lose it. Just gotta lose it. Today is a very special day for him to lose it. I say that because he has become the bane of my wife's efforts lately, I believe. She's often frustrated with him, and I can't say that I blame her. Okay, so I'm kind of liking that. Let's go ahead and set up some pin positions. Pin 1, let's take that front left. I'll always try to alternate pin positions as much as possible, but 2 kind of in the middle here. 3 back, and 4 kind of middle right. And something I think I may do here just to kind of make things a little more interesting. Let's throw a ridge that really runs pretty hot right here. See what kind of trouble we can get into with one of these. That really puts it in an interesting spot there. Just gotta flatten that out right up against the green. Not a lot of margin for error there. Otherwise, you're going to hit some rocks. And I imagine we can plant some rocks in here too. That'll spice things up a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good to start with. Do need to, I feel like I need to re-sculpt that, so let's smooth that out a little bit. Get a little aggressive on our sculpting over there. Neglected to properly sculpt it. Let's bring this back up just a little. Yeah, there we go. That's a little more respectable. Go forward. Some paint in there. Level this out a little bit more. There we go. So, looking good on that. Feeling good about that as far as an initial design. And let's see what we can do here on this hole. Let's go ahead and play test this at least once. Pin 1's always a solid place to start. We're on hole 11. And let's give it a run. So I can already tell one thing that's bugging me. I can't see the fairway. Can't really see the bunkers. Now I can, but let's see what happens if I just go for this. So that one I did hit a little draw. That's going to end up right where I thought it might. Pretty tight fairway right over there in the bunker. And it finds a little place down the bottom. That's how it should be. Cool, so we've only got about 70-80% out of here. We can splash it with this 8-iron. Do want it to bounce a little bit. Run out there. Wow, got quite the roll down the hill. All right, here we're going to be pretty close. I was not wrong. A little more pace, a little left to right. At the end here, ooh, that's close. That was close, okay. There we go. So, play test number 1, I would say that's pretty successful. I don't feel bad about that whole, the way that's working so far. So let's go ahead and let's try a different pin position here. Let's go 3 maybe. Yeah, let's go 4. 4 looks great. Alright. I didn't adjust that front bump there. Let's see what happens if I just go 3 wood. Is that even an option here? Unless you have the wind behind you, you're not going to make the green. See what kind of a kick we get off of this little ridge here. Yeah, that's nice. Still see the green from up here. You know, maybe some people who are going for this play. And I want to aim right at this ridge with that 9-iron. I would like to go back through, flatten out that curve just a little bit. A little fast on that. I didn't even take elevation into account on that. But nice kick off the rock. And we're down here kind of in this valley on the fringe. So what I want to do is try to roll this down. I end up picking a little bit better of a pin position. Move that slightly away from all the junk there, but really where the hole is cut, it's not moving too much. Solid par. Alright, so let's go ahead and make that adjustment on the fairway. Feel good about that. Pretty happy with the hole. It's not one that's going to like blow your socks off, I don't think, but it's kind of a unique design and it's kind of fun. So let's sculpt this. I'm going to go with our little mountainy brush here. And we're just going to kind of deflate that a little bit. About 4 feet or so. Let's push this down just about a foot. Don't want to get too crazy with it. Let's see if that's better. Oh yeah, that's significantly better. I feel like now we can see just about everything that we need to over here. What I might do just for funsies, shrink this up, add some more depth and good times over here on this kind of blank space that we have, this canvas of things. Just kind of really build up this mountain area so that it's mountainous. Always push it back down a little bit. Turn it over. That way it's kind of a little bit more organic feeling. It's not completely whatever this brush is. Go back over here to 10. I think that just really cool little rock formation there. I'm gonna push this down just a little bit more. Make sure they're not cutting into things that I actually need. Yeah, I think if we do something like that, still have a lot of the stuff that we want with some good stuff here. Let's try to play test this hole. This is one that you guys haven't seen yet. So this ought to be fun. This is one that I've seen, obviously, because I built it, but now we're gonna try it out here in front of everybody. It's like going to class and hoping that you didn't forget your pants. Cool. So there we go. Hole number 10. Solid drive. It's fairly reachable depending on the wind and the direction of the wind and everything. Spin position here, number 3. It's nice and tight to that front right bunker. Requires some good control to get it in there. Here's hole 10. Here's number 11. Number 11, we just designed this one. I'm going to go right at that little hill there. Try not to crush it too much with the draw on the driver. I'm feeling, yep, it's just going to feed you right over there. It's almost unwinnable at this point. I do feel good about that splash with the 8-iron. It's the same shot that we had just a minute ago. That got the roll and ended up in the middle of the green. This time it caught the ridge, so it did not. Now, this is a fun putt if I've ever seen one. Don't end up on the wrong part of the green. That's the moral of the story here on number 11. And that's a pretty good read. Hey, I'd take that. If that were my shot in real life, count me in. It's just trickling down. Trickling down. He's going to get in. Boom. Good thing I pulled that. Otherwise, that was going to be just hideous. Sweet. So there is 10 and 11 for you here on this special edition live stream from DW Golf Co. here at Mammoth Pass Golf Course. This is a custom course I've made from scratch. If you guys want to check out the first 9 holes, give you a little sneak peek here. You got 1, 2 a drivable par 4, 3 downhill toward the water, par 3. 4 long par 5 running along the canyon lake. Then we have 5. Nice par 4 bending back towards some hills, hilly mountain things. 6, par 3 guarded by a giant bunker on the left. Water long right. Got our bridge there. 7, a par 5 that's cutting across. Give you some views here. Little lake over here on the right. Not really of consequence unless you need it to. Large green guarded by bunkers all around. You don't want to be on the wrong part of that green. 8, par 4, also possibly drivable. Trouble right, mountains left. Kind of a theme here a lot. And then 9, our par 3 uphill. Just a little bit. It's about 10 feet up. 10 feet up, so almost a club up. Guarded by a bunker on the front. A little bit of a sideboard there that you could use. And then we have 10 here. Pretty straight away, par 4. On the short side, 327. Bunkers short. Bunkers all around the green. Kind of guarding that. And then you have 11 here, mountains left. You may refine that a little bit more. I really like this sheer mountain face. I think that looks great. That's really cool. 11, we just designed this one. And so you guys get to be a part of that process. Thank you for following. Be sure you subscribe, hit that like button. Follow us on Twitch, YouTube, all of the above platforms. And eventually this will come out on Rumble. Unfortunately, I don't have enough subscribers. And I don't really want to pay to live stream on Rumble just yet. Not a big viewership over on Rumble yet. So if you want to help me get the word out there, you are more than welcome to. All right, so here we are. We're on to 12. Have just a little bit left here before I have to get going. This is already a par 5, 506. I think we can make this a little bit longer. It makes sense to bring this tee box a little bit further back. So that makes it 582. I think that's reasonable. That's great right there. That's 270 to the pin, or to the tee. 582 all the way around. I do think that we need to extend this river going back a little bit more. So let's go ahead and get into that mode. I'm going to use one of these kind of curvy brushes. I did this in the very first episode. I was just trying to figure out, okay, how do we make this river work? I'm one of those guys who needs a lot of scenery and that kind of thing to kind of inspire the design of the course. And having that, that flat kind of blank canvas look that you get whenever you first start anything here in PGA 2K21, it was not happening. So I also need to figure out a way to get back across for 18 and for 9. So we need to find a passable bridge area. So let's go ahead and add a bridge. Now we're going to place objects. Go to 6, which is bridges. I don't think we have a standalone that is going to reach that far. This is the one that I used before. And as we can see, that's just not far enough. I like the idea. So let's go sectional. Sectional bridges are cool. They just require a little bit more work to get them right. So here, let's just make sure that it's in a good spot. Here. Let's see here. If I'm playing this hole, I would expect to come across right here. We don't want to take it out of the water. So let's go right there. Now the tricky part. This will line up. I'm just eyeballing this. There's nothing scientific happening right now. I'm just like, man, that looks pretty straight. I'm hoping that I'm right. My fear is that I will move the camera. It will realign everything, including the rotation of said pieces, and then we're in a really, really weird spot while putting together this sectional bridge, and that's what we don't want. Cool, I think that's manageable. I can build that up right there, and that's not too crazy. Not too crazy at all. I knew which brush I needed. So let's raise that up about 0.7 inches. Make sure that's kind of flush there. Zoom in. If you zoom in, it'll usually give you a little bit tighter, smaller increments, I should say, on that. Let's see what that does to this hole as far as now want to. This is not too much of a view. That's not too bad. Thought I was gonna hate it more than I did, and then I didn't, so that's just fine. We'll also need to find a bridge here for 18. That may come in the form of I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then 12 here. Maybe we figure that one out too. That's cool. That's going to be our furthest left hole, so not really a big concern at this point. So here we go, back to 12. Now that we have some water there, I actually kind of like the way that this is playing out, having moved, built in some water here. I'm going to extend it back a little bit further even. Doesn't necessarily have to be super deep. If it is super deep, that's cool. Just raise this guy up. Maybe an elevated green here. Not too elevated. Mostly elevated green. Go down here. If you're short, you're wet. If you're on a beach. Kind of like that. Alright, let's flatten out our tee box. Always start back here at the tee, because that's where everybody starts. And we'll just pop it up there a foot. Kind of like that. And this is going to dogleg to the right a little bit. I'll show you a trick whenever it comes to how we're going to hide this. As you see, we're at the edge of the map here. No way to continue the river beyond something, so we're gonna have to build up to hide it, and that'll be fun. Cool, so we got our tee, not a bunker, not a green, fairway, brush, go. Okay, right there. Great. We got our tee box. Let's go up here and sculpt a green. I really think this could be a cool hole if I don't screw it up. Let's make that more central to up here. And this platform is actually pretty big. It's always tough to judge that when you're that far away, and so sometimes you just don't know. I think this will just kind of follow this little ridge thing here. It's not going to be a real deep green, which will make definitely make going for it into an interesting situation. It's not a terribly long par 5. I mean, it's kind of long, but not so long that it would be like, oh, I definitely can't go for that. The trick is there's not really, because here we're 300, 320 from the green, or from the tee, we still have 265 to the green. And if it were flat, you would be able to just kind of hope that you could run it up there. But with this green being elevated and really nothing in front, you don't need a whole lot to make this happen. I think what I may end up doing is going back here to this brush, and I'll use this to kind of drop layers, I guess. That way it's still kind of organic. And I mean, we're gonna have a good time with this green here. Right, that was excessive. That was excessive. Alright, let's try dropping this like 5 inches. We'll start there. Okay. Go back to the old trusty brush. Create a little bowl down here, kind of in the middle. And then we'll come back and kind of reshape that a bit. Here. That. Actually, I like this little kind of ridge thing we got going there. Position is going to be gnarly. It's kind of a wavy green, and I don't mind that one bit. Just trying to move some of those waves further back, then come back in and jack this down. 15 feet. That's too far. I didn't want to create a well. No springs, just a really interesting. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I don't know, what do you guys think? Is that kind of cool? Semi-cool? Halfway cool? Position 1 will be front left, and position 2 is that kind of middle-ish. 3 and then 4 is right on the edge, right over where you thought you wanted to be. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and add a bunker here. I know we haven't really gotten into our fairways or any of that stuff yet. That's okay. We'll get there. It's par 5. There's plenty still to do. I'm just going to try to use this the organic wavy brush. That's my official DW golf term for these brushes here. Create a surface. Creating a surface. That's a bunker with a brush. Use the dinosaur brush here, or it could be a doggy. Whichever one you like better. Be the dinosaur doggy brush. That kind of looks neat. Looks natural. Another cat would be very proud of that one. Kind of looks like a dragon soar, whatever that is. Cool. So if you're down there, you're likely in a bunker. Up here, you can see just making a big waist bunker kind of up here at the edge. Kind of pushes that in, frames it in there. Let's grab one of these other brushes. bring this in. Actually, grab a little bit more simple brush. That way we aren't getting too out of control here. Just a nice simple brush that kind of frames it in. Maybe one more. One brush here. Bunker. Because if you lay up your 165, that's like a par 3. That should not be making anybody go crazy. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. It shifted everybody's pin position there. All right, well that was a first. Cool. So let's go ahead and add some fairway. Just plane this guy in. Widen up down here closer to the water. Kind of like a stopping point, I guess. Also gives us an opportunity to throw in some more bunkers, which is always fun. This is just a massive fairway. I did not do that correctly. Wrong button. Do go ahead and toggle that second surface. Give us some rough there. I can just tell, like, if you're in this fairway, how are you missing that fairway? This is video game golf. If you're missing that fairway, we have lots of problems. Probably just need to adjust the difficulties. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring in the original thought a little bit. I want it to have a little bit of life. Just maybe a little less life. A little less lively there, buddy. Yeah, do something like that. Edit, smooth this guy. How does that look from the tee? Slice him back. Slice him and dice him. Cool looking. I think if we throw some more mountains over here, we'll frame in over here so we can't see the water doesn't extend beyond where it extends to. Let's do sculpt some more. Flatten this guy. I'm going to bring this tee box up a little bit more. Maybe even throw this guy around it. Not quite that big. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Makes it blend in a little bit better. And you see just how elevating a tee box can really change the dynamic of the hole. You can already see like putting a bunker right here would probably be a good move. We do need to raise this up, but I have no problem with that because I wanted to raise it up anyway. Let's do that. Let's shrink that up a little bit. Give it some more height. I'm just going to ring this around the whole thing here. Getting these big sheer rock faces is always a cool thing. Just add some complexity to the design. Give you some more stuff to work with. A little flat here, right here, maybe. Okay. So there we go. There's our tee box. We do need to raise up some stuff over here, I think. For me, if it's flat, there's probably something that just wasn't considered in the design. And just adding a little bit of, just adding some wrinkles in here can really go a long way. As you guys have probably noticed, just with the couple of holes that we've designed here together, 11. See, now that's going to start cutting into this one. Do I like it or do I hate that it's cutting in like that? Good questions. Do I like that or do I hate that? I think I partially like it. There's a partial like there. I think that. That makes me like it better. Yeah, it's not quite as massive that way. And it's not getting quite as crazy. Especially for like your fairways and stuff like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Let's see here. I'm gonna put a mountain instead of a bunker there. It's happened a lot on this course. I don't know. What do you guys think? So far, we're through. So far, we're here through 11 and 12, and we're just having a good time. Hope you guys are enjoying this. A little live stream action. Just doing some live editing of a golf course. So had about an hour and a half where I could come in and stream a little bit, and so I wanted to take advantage. I'm going to use this brush here again. I just like the shapes that it makes for terrain where you don't want it to be ovals. Some ridges and stuff like that are kind of cool, and so just doing some stuff like this makes it really nice. Push this down a little bit more. That's too much, Bob. Any Price is Right fans out there? Cool. I like it. I hate the thing that I did right there, but I like the Price is Right. Like the Price is Right. Okay. Let's see what we're going to do here. Let's round that out a little bit. Didn't like the blockiness of that. Smooth that path out. Here we go. Yeah, that's looking kind of cool. I may push down this little area right here at the front just to kind of smooth it a bit. Make it a little easier to see the fairway, all that fun stuff. Definitely headed in a direction. It's better than no direction, I'd say. Alright. Part of me wants to play test this and just see how ridiculous it is. So let's do it. Let's actually play 10, 11, and 12. Just see how they link up. I know none of these bunkers are sculpted or anything up there, but we'll get to that. I think I got enough time to do that. Okay, let's do a pin position we haven't done yet. Let's do 2. We'll play the hole. The revised 10 with mountains now on the left. Nice. Just tried to cremate this, that's all. Little hop over there toward the bunker. That's what we like to see. Just dribbles into the light rough there. I think the pitching wedge should be enough to kind of roll out. Give it extra gusto just in case. Yeah, got it up the hill. That's the big thing on this one. Just get it up the hill. Putt here, pulled it a bit. Not the end of the world. Rolling here, number 11. Just built this one earlier this evening. If you're on the live stream early on, this is what we tackled. Kind of mountain shape over there on the left reminds me of Red Rocks. Gosh, what's it called? Arrowhead. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something with that ridge. It's just a little too aggressive. Just any drive over about 400 yards, 400 yards, any drive over about 290, 280 is just automatic. You are in a bad spot. Let's see, we're about 80% of the pitch. The gap wedge. Try to wedge this out of there. There we go. Catch that hill, kick us over. That was the goal. At least have it slow it down a little bit. We don't end up in the middle of anything. Oh, come on. Good golf design tips can come from anywhere. Alright, here's number 12. We just got done kind of working on this one. Let's see how it plays. That's probably the best swing I've ever put on a golf ball in PGA 2K. Anything. You know, 330 right down the middle, and we still have. Even if I wanted to go at it with a 3-wood, there's no chance. No chance. So mission accomplished. Forced layup there. Even if you bomb it, you don't really have much of a play. Just take 100 yards. Now you can play your 180 club up 11 feet. And just hope that you make the green. A little bit of a push on that one. I think I probably had a little bit of a fade lie there. Yes, I do have PGA 2K23. I haven't busted into it yet. I want to get done with this course. This and career mode. If I can get done with at least one season in career mode, which I'm pretty close to finishing up, then I will likely start in on 2K23. I didn't hate that whole design. I think there's probably still some tweaking that needs to happen on that. Alright, let's go over here to 11. That's the one that needs the most attention right now. I need some serious love on that slope. I have no idea what I just flattened over there, but the key is it was over there, so let's just gonna level this guy up just a little bit. It's not so aggressive, and people can actually land a golf ball right up here. Yeah, that's better. I think you could still kick in there, but it's not going to be quite as forced. The goal would be to import this into 2K23 as well. Yeah, I'm having fun building it, and I'm hoping a lot of the tools are similar and kind of function the same way, but maybe have some new wrinkles that we can explore with those. All I'm going to do here is just kind of flatten out around the edges of the fairway. Not completely flat, but just not straight hill off the thing. Yeah, that's looking good. Part of me feels bad for not really having a landing area over here. Part of me doesn't care. I guess I could put a little landing area over here just in case somebody really wanted to try to go for it and not get wet. Just throw a little fairway over there. Spline this guy. Trying to think how I want to do it. If I just want to come off on this end. Yeah, that'll work. smoothing that out. Talking that second surface on there. A little bit of rough. Just go fairway. Just go fairway on this one. Let's move that guy in just a little bit so that it matches. Move this guy in just a little bit so he matches. Cool. I'm glad that you're having a good time with the 2K23 designer. I'm excited to get into it. I know that it'll be mostly the same. I've seen a couple videos on it. Crazy Canuck does a lot of really cool stuff in the course designer and everything, and so I know that if he can build some cool stuff, I could probably have at least a go at it. I don't know that it's at his level yet, but it's good. Alright. Feeling better about those two holes in particular. Let's see here. Let's play test this one more time. Seems a little bland on just the visual. I'll probably throw a bunker over there on the left just for some eye candy. That's a decent drive. A little bit of a draw on it. Right in the middle. What happens if I want to go for it? This is why you play test, because you can't lose really. Definitely right, but it's also across, so not the end of the world. I'm a little surprised at how 2K treated rock and dirt as just heavy rough. Not completely upset about it. It makes playing out of it a lot easier, but these ridges are working. Watch the ridge, come on down. That'll work. Canuck is the man. I also learned a lot from his tutorials and stuff, especially on concepts that I hadn't even considered doing, but then saw a video and was like, oh, I guess I could do something like that. That'd be cool. Let's edit this guy. Go ahead and save this. I don't think I've saved this entire time. Kind of makes me a little nervous. Alright, so there's 12. Let's throw a little bunker in there. Create surfaces. Just gonna cut one of these guys. Pretty good spot. Okay, we can throw another one. Like the morgue bunker. That's what I tend to think of this. It's kind of like a casket. Yeah, patience is one of those things that I don't know how I got patient. Everybody says I'm impatient. I guess I just, as a kid, I got used to focusing on things a lot. Just hanging out by myself and stuff. And so, turns out it pays off in things like creating video game golf courses and doing web development. So, I'll take it. I'll take it. Those lessons you don't realize you needed to learn until you had to learn them. And just gonna sculpt these guys out a little bit. Kind of like a bunker there. Don't want it necessarily Yeah, that's a good strategy. I think that's been one of the big things with actually recording them through this process has been having to take breaks, because I think one day I spent probably 4 hours or more just creating holes. I'm just running around this with a rough brush, that way we get kind of an outline around there. Just close it, fill it, smooth that out. Yeah, spent a good part of a day just designing golf course holes, and then I was just like, hey, you gonna come out of there at all? It's like, I don't know, I considered it. Fairway bunker here, and just try to drop that just a little bit more even. Yeah, that's not so bad. We'll do the same thing here. Rough. Spline that around. Don't imagine that this is a completely necessary step, but I think it makes it look nice, so I do it. Smooth this guy. Just push this down a little bit. Scoop that guy down. Fancy. I'm just going to use this little fuzzy brush. Definitely stole that term from an old Canuck. Try not to completely screw up the work that I just did. Yeah, I like that. Seems inevitable as soon as you get something set, then it's like, oh yeah, you need to edit it more, which means that you get to start over. Okay, I don't hate that. That looks pretty nice. That looks pretty nice. Well, let's playtest this dude again. I think this is probably my favorite part, is just playtesting holes that I just created. Just kind of makes it fun for me. It's not all work then. And you guys have probably noticed, but I have not done any planting. I think I planted 4 rocks at the very beginning of the hole, or of the course, and then I've done nothing since then, and I'm okay with that. Planting is probably one of my least favorite things to do. The results are nice, I just don't like it. Oh, there we go. Something we can work with. A false front on the barely green. I don't even know that I need the pitching wedge, but we're gonna go for it. Okay. Sweet. So I feel good about those 2 holes there. And so there we are. We got 3 holes on the back 9 now that we previously did not have, at least displayed for everyone. We got 10 there. Let's flip around here. Ooh, getting too aggressive on my movements. There we go. Got 11 here, which is a nice par 4. And then we got the big par 5, 12. Takes us back across the river. Elevated green. Par 5, you really have to want it to get up there. So I'm going to hop off here for tonight. I appreciate you guys watching and all your feedback. Enjoyed chatting with you here in the chats. And until next time, I am out of here. Talk to you guys later.